Prasida. Welcome to PSM Talking. Irrespective of the size of the company that you're working with, or its geographical location, or the kind of business that they're into, there is always one thing that's common: office politics. Now, I have over 13 years of experience as a working individual, and there are some things that I learned through my experience and through my personal reflection. So, I just wanted to share some of them through this video to you. Know what your organization's priorities are. Now, if you're working in a small company with few staff, you might very well be aware what exactly is your company looking forward to, what is their vision, and what is it that they're trying to achieve. But even if you are a part of, let's say, 1,000 staff and you are working in a particular team, you will still know what is that your department or your team or your business unit is basically moving towards. Every organization or a smaller part of the organization, let's say your department, will have a strategic plan what they want to achieve at the end of a couple of years. What are the main projects that they want to work on? What are the new initiatives that they want to bring into their processes? All these things will really help you understand where you should be putting your time on. Now, I am not saying that if you don't do any of those things, your career is doomed. No, I'm not saying that. But it will not hurt to know what your bosses are interested in, and try and get involved in little projects or initiatives that will get you in that little circle. Those things will really go a long way later on when you really want to ask for a promotion. They will really see what is it that you have contributed towards your department's future. Second thing, trust no one blindly. Now, while it's very, very crucial that you have a little bit faith on your boss or your boss's boss and your department or your HR department in general, it is really stupid to believe that another person is going to take your career from point A to point B. You and only you are capable of doing that. And if you trust somebody that they will take full responsibility of your career, at some point in time you are bound to be really, really sorry. Because let's face the facts, anybody can fall out of love with their work. They might have some other personal situation and they might just quit this job and go, and whatever you have trusted on that person is gone in an instant too. So do not trust any one person blindly. Make sure that you have connections not just to one level above, but to a lot of people, and understand that you are the one who needs to take responsibility of your career. Just as important as knowing your organization's priorities, it is also important that you know your own priorities for your work and your personal life. Now, there might be some things that really get you excited at work, some certain kind of initiatives or projects that help you get out of bed. Those are the things that you should really watch out for, and those are the things that you really need to put in more effort on. Now, in terms of personal life, you might have certain priorities. Like, for example, if you have a family, you might want to come in at least at the time of dinner, make sure that you sit with your family members, you make sure you put your children to bed. Those are your priorities that you want to hold on to. So, whenever you get really entangled at your workplace, ask yourself, are those priorities being held off for a really long time? Now, this is absolutely normal at this day and age, that we cannot have everything. While we all do demanding jobs, we also need to make sure that we are happy as well. And whatever we do is sustainable over a long period of time. So while your priorities can change, it is always good to keep asking yourself that, is this what I want to do for the next 5 years of my life? And you will be surprised as to what answer you might hear. But make sure you keep asking that question to yourself every once in a while. One another mistake that I did in my early years of career is always discounting my feelings. There were some comments passed at me that that hurt me very deeply, that were in a bad taste, or some of them were just really bullies. Now, didn't matter how much it hurt me, it didn't matter how much I came home and cried, I always discounted my feelings and went back with a pleasant face to the office every day. Now, I realized that that wasn't sustainable. After a few years, it really changed me as a person, and I started becoming a bitter person over the years. And that's not something I liked turning into. So, never discount your feelings. And if you feel that, things are going out of your hand, you are starting to get hurt about a lot of things, it's okay to go back and say no, or make sure that you report it in a very appropriate manner. Another very important thing is, don't blame yourself for every wrong thing that happens around you. Oh, this particular project did not meet its goal. I am sorry, it might be my mistake. Oh, I did not get a very good feedback this year. I'm sure I did not perform well. Oh, this particular person did not get his emails responded to by my team member. I am sorry, that's my mistake. Now, while it's very important to take responsibility of your actions and hold your team or your staff to the highest standards, it is also not cool to always take blame upon yourself. At some point in time, you should put your foot down and say that I have done everything that I can, and the slip ups might have happened from somebody else. It's okay to feel confident if you have done everything right, and it's also okay to not feel that you have the responsibility of the whole world standing on its axis. Even now, I feel a little surprised when I recall that it took me several years to really recognize the office politics that was going on around me. And it took my husband, who, by the way, didn't know anybody at my office place, to really point out that some of the things that were going on in my office, that was actually office politics. And once I realized what they were doing and why people were doing certain things, I started to ask myself, is it something that I wanted to do as well? And after a few months of asking that question, I realized that I didn't enjoy playing office politics. Now, again, it is not completely bad. I really feel that it's smart. It is smart to know what kind of politics is going on around you and how you need to play your cards. What I realized is that I just didn't like that particular game. So I decided that it's time for me to look out for something else, something that would excite me, and something that will make me get up in the morning and go to work. So, this is something that you should look out for as well. You ask, knowing everything, knowing what your organization's priorities are, knowing what your personal priorities are, and once you really understand that you are handling all the situations well, keeping your career trajectory also in mind, it's very, very important to ask yourself, am I enjoying this? Again, is this sustainable? Is this what I would do if I only have a few more months to live? I know this sounds a little harsh, but that might really give you answers that you may not even expect. So, with that, I would leave you all to think about whether or not you love to play that game, and hopefully you'll find your answers. And till then, bye bye.